And after spending more than a decade building the largest made-in-India pet food brand in the country, Drools today rivals international brands like Pedigree, Royal Chain and more. In fact, the management of Drools say that they plan to expand their offerings to the pet healthcare or even the pharma space. My colleague Aishwarya Patil connected with Dr Shashank Sinha, the CEO of Drools Pet Food. Listen in.
Pet care industry is an ever-evolving industry for us. Just to give a little glimpse and which brings cheers to a lot of people is that if you see markets like Europe, the baby category is smaller than pet care industry. US, globally, it's more than $160 billion business for pet food alone. It's a rapidly growing industry, and the factors like smartphones, digitalizations have helped the industry to grow much farther. India has just picked up very well. As I said, there are 3 million pets, close to 26 million dogs, 4 to 5 million cats, but it's growing very fast. Cat adoptions are having very fastest speed. Best part, if you see the content getting created now, the knowledge about the pet care industry is helping the industry to grow a lot. Then obviously comes the affordability, availability of the pet food, the services. Everything is making a lot of sense for the new pet parents to adopt a pet, or the existing ones to go for affordable services or very good quality pet food products. So I see a very bright future for the industry, and the role played by all the channel partners like the veterinarians, the pet shop owners, the breeders, and even the online like Amazons and Flipkarts, the way they are helping to distribute these products is amazing. So the whole recipe is working very good for the industry at the moment.
Right. If we talk about the market opportunity and the market size in India, how much do you expect it to grow incrementally going forward?
See, currently pet food alone is close to a $500 million business, but it's growing rapidly. It's another 3 years we expect the pet food business to be 1 billion. And once the wheels start rolling, there will be no looking back. So like 2030, we expect it to be a $4 to $5 billion industry. And the kind of manufacturing capability India has, the kind of support government is giving right now, even to export to the pet food to outside the country is amazing right now. I don't see the same was 5 years back, but today the response is coming, the support in terms of exporting, manufacturing is very, very good for the industry.
When we talk about the various categories, there's pet food, there is also pet accessories, pet toys, and even pharmaceuticals. That's one of the verticals you will be entering going forward, and you've set aside, earmarked some sort of investment there as well. So if you could just spell out for us the various categories and what is really doing well, and tell us about your vertical also, new vertical.
So the whole industry is around 6,500 crores. 65% to 67% is pet food industry out of that. If you see about the other industry like pharmaceuticals or accessories, grooming, training, they are smaller today but are gaining speed very fast actually. The verticals which we need to watch coming time is the cat food obviously, that's growing exponentially, very fast actually. Markets like tier 2, tier 3 cities will be having a great impact because the awareness is growing very fast. The veterinary health, what we have launched yesterday, is one of the efforts to get closer with the vets a lot, because I see not being as a vet, but in the whole category, the vets are sitting at the pyramid of the industry, and they are the ones who are the one will help to reduce the knowledge gap a lot. So if they're able to pass on the right information to the pet customers, and as a company, and as a society, as a culture, as a category, we need to empower our customers as much as possible to make a right and wise decision. The investment we are looking forward in, again, helping the whole ecosystem to grow. We have come up with a program called Vet Thrive, which is a clinic upgradation program, where we parking a close to 20 to 25 crores of money to upgrade more than 1,000 to 1,200 clinics across the country with the right kind of equipments they need to give a better service to the pet parents. So as a vet, I'm a small time vet, I need a hydraulic table. See, getting a Labrador on the table itself is a challenge. So when a pet comes to the clinic, he himself is little afraid and frightened where I'm going in, and then you make him jump on the table, it's tough. So if I am able to, as a brand, support that kind of initiatives, it's impactful. And end of the day, it's all about giving the best service to the pet parent and the pet. So I always say for Drools, the pets and the pet parent are the soul of this company.
One of the things I was thinking, I'm not a pet parent, but for those who are pet parents, two things. One is their emotional quotient, especially dogs. They need a lot of love, they need a lot of cuddling, and when we talk about, that's the emotional part of it, but there's also taking care of their health. So as a vet, as a doctor, and obviously part of Drools, what do you say is the most important kind of regime to take care of your pet?
See, understanding your pet is the first formula. So even before having a pet, please understand yourself. I say know your customers, similar like that. Like what kind of size of a house you have and what kind of breed of a dog will fit in there. So understanding your pet is very important. Once you get a pet, understanding him, because it's not a toy. Very clear example, one of my friend's son called me and asked that I want a dog. And I asked, why do you want a dog? He said, I want to play with him. I said, it's not a toy. So that knowledge has to go. It's not a toy, it's not coming. It's a life coming into your home. So you empower yourself first, read about the pets, read about the breeds. A Chihuahua will have a very different needs and requirements compared to a Great Dane coming to your home. So when you are having knowledge, it will be easy for you to maintain a pet in a much better way, and life will be good for both you as well as the pet. And who can help you? Obviously the doctors, the pet parents, your friends and families around, those who are having a pets will help you to understand this. But gather as much as possible information about having a pet and what to be fed them. We starting a campaign on feed real, feed clean, and we're telling pet parents to read the back of the pack and tag Drools India on Instagram, Facebook, whatever possible. See, I am very, very ardent, strong following on this. If my customer is empowered, I'll be very, very empowered for that, for sure. So read the back of the pack and make a decision what you should buy, Drools or any other brand also.
Right. So you've got the latest round of funding, which was one of the biggest in the pet care startup space, that was given to you by El Capitan. And it's one of the largest deals that you've made as well, largest sort of investment. If you could talk about the financial side of it, what do you need to thrive, and how much more will you need in terms of expanding the business going forward?
See, we were profitable, I think, for 5-6 years now, and LCAT, if you see their profile, yesterday I had a meeting with them, and they have already made 17 investments in pet care space across the globe. So the kind of expertise what they bring in, not about the Indian market, but the global. And companies like us can piggy bank them to become from 500, 600 crore to 2000 crore company. From a country, from India, to become a global brand. So that's the support what we're getting from the LCAT team. Obviously, money will be used wisely in expanding our manufacturing facilities, our distribution network, bringing out more quality products and distribute among the pet parents. So it's going to be a very win-win situation for both of us, where we understand the Indian markets very well about the pet care, whereas LCAT brings a lot of governance, the ways to run the companies, and we're looking now 2,000 crore, 3,000 crore, that kind of figures we should be looking into for us.
Going forward, what's your guidance in terms of revenue and even achieving market share and sort of growing in this business?
See, the overall category is growing by close to 15-16%, and we aspire to grow double of that for sure. So with that mark, we're looking at another 700 crores for this year for sure to grow to the business, which will make us a 7,000 crore valuation at that rate when we were funded. But we're not getting into the valuation game right now. We are a hardcore. Somebody asked me, is Drools a startup or a traditional company? I say I enjoy the benefits of both the worlds. So we work like a typical startup, but our parent company has a strong ways of working and guidelines to work. So we are very agile, and the thought process is only to grow the category as much as possible. We work with a lot of veterinary colleges, pet shops. We have a program called Synergy, where we call our offline channel partners, pet shop owners, and we bring expertise to how to grow offline business when the online is also growing. What are the expertise they should acquire, or skills they should acquire, or their staff should acquire, so that they can able to handle customers more and get their loyalty. So we investing in those aspects more compared to these valuations and all. So I think we have a lot of work on hand to do around.